Hello, Internet. It's Jen T. Grace here, founder of Publish Your Purpose Press. And I am here for day number 16 of our 30-day writing challenge. So we are now past the halfway mark of our marketing challenge, excuse me. So our 30-day marketing challenge is to double your book sales from the last 30 days to our current 30 days. So whether you've sold 5 books or 5,000 books, the point is to double those sales. So today's tip is tip number 16, and that is to use a redirect for your website URL. Now, redirect and URL might be things that you're like, what are you talking about? And that's fine. So I'm hoping that this is a simpler tip than others have been. And so what I'm suggesting is that if you are using your Amazon book links page, so it's, Amazon.com, then there's a whole string of characters that are unique to your specific book title. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff at the end. Especially if you went into Amazon, and if you go into Amazon and just type in your book title, and then if you look in the search bar at the top, you will see that it shows Amazon.com, your unique characters that are specific to your title, and then your search term. So it can be very, very long. That's not what we want to be providing to a user or to a potential reader. So this is very applicable if you are doing any type of webinars, if you speak in front of groups of people, whether it's online, offline, doesn't matter. One of the best things that you can do is have a very short URL that you can tell people how to get access to your book. So some options include that you can do your name. So if you don't already have yourname.com as a website, you don't have to build out an entirely new website yet. You could just get your name and have it automatically redirect to your Amazon sales page. Additionally, you could consider doing the title of your book, especially if it's a shorter title. This could possibly work, where if you could say, go to, I'm just trying to think of an example that may work. Beyondtherainbow.com might be a thing, not 100%, but I've had a number of URLs in the past, and I've let a lot of them go on purpose. So you could just do yourbook.com. So that's an option. Or you can do what I recommend is do your name on Amazon.com. So if you go to Jen, 2 N's, Jenn, on Amazon.com, it will bring you directly to my Amazon sales page. So that's something you can consider. Of course, if you have a common name or you share the same name I do, I already have your URL. So you might want to come up with something different. But the point is that if I'm standing on a stage, whether it's virtual or in person, and I say, I'm the author of this particular book, and I give the name, so Beyond the Rainbow happens to be the last nonfiction book that I published of my own, which was in 2017. So if I say you can go to Amazon.com, type in Beyond the Rainbow and Jen T. Grace, the likelihood of someone getting trapped or stuck in that process somewhere is pretty high. So someone might go to Amazon, they might type in Beyond the Rainbow, they might see that there's 12 other books with the same title, they might forget what my name was as a speaker, they might forget what your name was as speaker. So then we have to rely on them to go through and try to find your particular book. So this can get very clunky and unnecessarily complicated. So if you just say on a stage, if you go to JenOnAmazon.com, that is way easier for an audience member to potentially remember on how to access your book. So I use Jen on Amazon. I have it branded on tons of things. And so if you're using a website redirect, what that means is that wherever you buy your domains from, whether it's GoDaddy, Bluehost, Lord, there's huge domains, there's domains options literally everywhere. When you go in, you pick the domain that you want, then there's an option to redirect that domain. So all you would do is go to your Amazon sales page and you would grab the URL and you would put it in that place where it says redirect. If this is too complicated for you, you can ask your web person. If you have an IT person, it's a very, very simple task. It takes like maybe 10 minutes. It's a very quick thing. So you might need to reach out to get some support on that. You may not want to direct them just to Amazon. So that's something to consider. I have Jen on Amazon.com in particular, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what you want to do. So you might want to send them just to your book's sales page. So if you have a name that is often misspelled, this can also be problematic. So if you have a name that has 2 letters, so I know, Nicole, that you're watching this. So one a friend of mine, Nicole, and one of our authors at PYP is Nicole Merrill. I will let you think for a second how many different ways you could spell Nicole and you could spell Merrill, because there's endless opportunities. So in that case, you want to make sure that you have kind of the alternate versions of your name. So that way, if you are on a stage and you say, go to NicoleMerrill.com, it's one of those things that someone might put in 1 L, someone might put in, an H, someone might not put in an E. And then, so if you have all those different iterations, you can guarantee that if someone is trying to find you, that will be redirected to the right place. So in addition to, so that's just something to take into consideration. So there might be some, in instances like that, maybe using your book name is better if you have a complicated name to spell or if it's commonly misspelled already. And so sometimes instead of sending them directly to an Amazon sales page, you might want to just send them to your book's book page. So instead of being on a stage again and saying, go to Jen with 2 N's, tgrace.com/books. If I'm on a stage and I'm saying that, I've already lost my audience. They're not paying attention to anything else that I'm saying once I start spewing that stuff out. But if I say go to JenOnAmazon.com, there's a much higher likelihood that someone is going to take the action that we're looking for. So again, this is tip number 16. We want to redirect your website URL. And this is really just applicable if you have, if you're not already doing this. So if you have a complicated name, as we talked about, you might want to think about this. There's a lot of different iterations with this, but it's a very simple tip. And I promise you it will make your life a lot easier if you are standing on a stage and trying to encourage people to go to a place to purchase your book. So that's today's tip. I will be back with, and maybe I'll make it tomorrow's tip, another tip from the stage. Again, whether it's a virtual stage or an in-person stage, another way that we can kind of get people onto our mailing list and potentially purchase our book. So I will save that for tomorrow's tip. So as always, a couple of reminders. Office hours are Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern time. As of the time of this recording, today's office hours, because it happens to be Tuesday, are at 3:30 Eastern time today, just this one time. If you are watching this video in the future, by all means, please go to the PYP website and look up the current office hours because they are changing month to month at this point. Additionally, we have a WhatsApp group. So if you're looking for accountability and you just want a little extra support, you can join our WhatsApp group. We have new people added every day. Some are working on writing their book still. Others, like you who already have a book, are in there talking about the marketing of their book. So please, join the WhatsApp group, get a little extra accountability. And then finally, there is a marketing mastermind that I will be launching in just a couple of weeks in the first week of June. If you're interested in understanding and knowing more about what that mastermind is, there is an application on our website where I am just gathering data right now to really create a mastermind program that is going to be very helpful to you and not just something that I think might be helpful. So I'm just looking for some external information right now to just develop the best thing that is going to help you continue to increase your book sales. So that is it. So you can head over to publisherpurposepress.com/marketing for all of the information, all of the past tips, all of the resources that I have mentioned throughout these videos. They're all there right on the website. So go on over, check it out, and I will see you in tomorrow's